Just a small update on the engine removal for the rebuild. I removed these little studs that held the water pump, and this thing is just unbelievable. Oh, I just feel the weight of that. Just by looking at the camera, you can feel the weight of it. Now look at that. Look at the thickness of that thing, cast iron. See, on these cars, you never, ever, ever have to change a water pump. I've heard of some cars that had plastic water pumps, and there's such and of course, well, plastic would break, and you have to throw away the car because of that thing. Well, not in this car, for sure. I was debating whether I should remove it from the bottom. The manual suggests removing it from the bottom, but you'd have to remove the steering brace there, steering arm down there, and you'd have to disconnect it from those nuts right there, that one and that one, or from the pinions, from the ball joint. And I don't really have the tools for doing that. You need like a special pry bar. Trust me, I've tried just a regular pry bar. It's in there pretty good, and it's still quite a bit of work, but it would probably be easier. So I'm still debating whether I should remove it from there or should I remove it from the top. I know it can be done, but I probably have to remove the fan there, that heater assembly there, heater core, that cap and the motor. But I'll probably have to remove it anyway because there's a lot of shitty work there, big holes, you see, there and there too. So I'm gonna have to take it out anyways and fix that. And I think that gasket there might be bad, and I feel cold air getting into the car when I'm driving. And I'd like to take a look at the motor too. Certainly needs some lubrication. I can hear it. If it's on low, I can't hear it at all. But if I put it on high, then I can hear it a little. I can hear it like, so maybe it needs a little bit of lubrication, cleaning, which it probably hasn't seen in over 5 decades. So the only thing that I found funny here is the wires here are switched up. So the orange is going to the green, and the green is going to the orange, and I bet you that's causing the motor to turn in reverse direction. Maybe. I'm not sure. Could be. But if that's the case, we'll certainly get much better heating. So we'll have to test that. And yeah, as you can see, there's a gasket. You can see it there. See? And you can't really see it down here. So I bet you it's bad. It needs to be replaced. Take a look at that. I feel like there's a little bit small leak, and the heater core is off. Oh, god damn it! I hate those things. Fuck. How can somebody go drive one of these little things? There he is. Stupid lunatic. I'm almost deaf from over here. You see how far I am. Get a car, you retard. Anyways, as I was saying, I might also change this pipeline here. Look at that. It's making so many curves. It goes from there. It's like a fucking roller coaster. It's there and here. So I might change that. I don't like that it's curved like that. And if I do remove the engine through the top, I'm going to have to be careful for that. Watch out for that. I might try to rip it off. I also thought of, see, there's these holes there already. Rust holes, definitely gonna have to close that up. See, on this side, that's certainly not original. Somebody stick welded that. So it might have messed up the alignment as well. But I'm also thinking of cutting this off and replacing this with a more heavy duty version, or either just welding it back together or replacing it, like I said, with a heavy duty version and putting nuts and threaded rods actually here and bolts so that you can remove this. This will certainly make engine removal much easier, or maybe even possible. I mean, depending on how it is here, I'm not sure it'll come out through the top with this thing in the way. It'll certainly come off through the top if this is out of the way, but, and like I said, I could even remove it from the bottom without removing those braces, but the engine will have to come off at an incline, and just makes things more difficult. So I'm still debating. I'm not really sure, but everything else has been removed. Removed the fuel pump. I made a cut on the exhaust there because, once again, it'll make things easier. You see, you gotta think in advance. I didn't really think about this in advance, but it was really difficult getting this pipe in because it actually goes from there all the way to around the middle of the car, and it was a pain in the ass to put in there. So now, especially like to put the gasket in and get it aligned, because it's so long, it's hard to hold it in the right place. So I cut it there, number one, so that one day when I have to replace these gaskets again, it'll be easy to align, it'll be easy to move this, and then I'll just put a flange there, 2 bolts with flanges there, and another gasket there, and it will make things much easier. And so that I can remove the engine more easily. This is not the original exhaust, of course. This is a heavy-duty version. I replaced, unfortunately, the paint did not last on it, and I used trim-clad, high-heat temperature paint, and it didn't work. So, if you're listening to this, trim-clad people, fuck you. I'm blunt. I'm going to say it as it is. So, and I did follow the instructions. I read it thoroughly, and I'm just pissed off because they stole my money from me. That is stealing. Garbage. Stay away from trim-clad paint, and everything else seems to work perfectly fine. But their high-temperature paint, it's not really good for high temperature. Just flaked right off. So, I guess that's the update for now. I just wanted to have a video showing the before so that you can compare it afterwards. I'm also going to clean up and redo the whole engine bay. There's some holes down there. There's a nasty hole, original corner in there that I want to get rid of because the water and junk gets into that corner, same as there, way down there. See, that's bad. That corner there, that's bad. Same on the other side. Water, mud, and junk stops there. I want to get rid of that. Same on the other side. You can't really see because it's too dark. So there's that. There's some other holes right there. That part needs to be replaced. Kind of difficult with engine parts in the way. I mean, not really, but removing the engine will allow me to do that a little bit more easily. I might also replace this. It's not flimsy steel, but it's not ideal. I'll probably replace this, make a more solid radiator bracket for it. Get this off and this one off. Do something more rigid. There's also some holes down there to replace. And obviously there's no paint here. It's terrible. There's a bunch of undercoating over here. Get rid of some of that. Just make this look like new. Yeah, I guess that's where we're at. Pretty much it. If I remove it from the top, you might have to remove the hood. I don't know, but it's possible. It's a possibility. I don't know. Don't know yet. Not if we can incline the engine, that's for sure. I'm gonna try to. Yeah, I'm still debating on which way I'm gonna go, but